Hey Chance, how you doing? Welcome back. I don't have to play without upgrades. Just realized that we got a GTR at the beginning. Does the mode change physics? Yes, it does. Oh wow. Just realized how little grip I have. Dude, I just lost the grip on the car there. Nah, I'll stick to hard difficulty, but I'm not gonna win all races first try. Look at the minimap. What happened to that guy? He's like drifting. Drift events will be interesting. Drift events are a different kind of challenge, yeah. Yeah, see that? How the car just drifts off? Oh, can we do it? Yes! Let's go. You can kind of throw the cars into the corners. It handles pretty realistic in that regard. Hey, that's my Golf. Did he actually rename the player too? Let's see. It is me. Shouts to the mod maker. That orange Golf with the spoiler is actually called Kuru. Neat. I think as long as I can draft behind him, we can beat him. Oh, what the hell? He changed 2 lanes. I can't do that. That was not proper. That was no good. It's not just cosmetic. You do have less grip. Your car will be sliding all over the place. Oh, yeah, I definitely noticed the rear-wheel drive on this one. The 206 was handling this a bit better. Instant Gaming is a key sell website. You want to buy cheap game keys? Go over there. Save some money. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming for cheap game keys. Click the link in the description below. Honestly, I think I'm gonna stick to the 206 for a bit longer because this wheel spin right now is a little bit hard to control. You know, it reminds me a lot of that Alps track in Need for Speed Porsche, where there's also snow and you really feel like the car being affected. Oh wait, is that a drift event? What the hell? Oh, what is this custom stuff? I just realized we have a custom event here. It's not my car and we're drifting. We're drifting through the city. Pretty cool. This is cool though. I like these extra events. Ah, perfect block. The double. Poor Golf, man. Wait, this is not a drag race. I mean, it is a drag race, but without the drag race mechanics. I really like that they updated the event list for this mod. Dude, what's up with the lane system? Oh, true. We're not... it's drag racing without the drag system. It's so weird. I'm expecting my car to align with the lanes, but obviously it doesn't do it. It's pretty cool, I like it. Might be able to flip it. Oh, bad idea. Still a win. Usually you're dead if it's a drag race, but this is not a typical drag race. It would sell millions of copies easily. Dude, I didn't even know you can drive here. This is funny. It's so funny that it doesn't get enough momentum to actually get the flip. It just has this sideway thing. I don't know, they just keep trying to block me every time. It's annoying. It's really annoying. Oh true, there's also these extra deal, You can do hood lot deal again to get a different event, a different part. Like you can do it again basically in this mod. You can do it again and then you get the other part if you want to. 4-wheel drift showtime. This is one of the events where the game will give you a car. Drifting through the city is pretty fucking cool. Knew it first from the Battle Royale mod. But it's also in Monte Carlo. It's actually not that easy to control. Fail. Holy shit, I want to have that cornering speed. I generally think it would be really fun if you could have this mega grip that the NPCs are using. That acceleration, that mega grip, I want to have that. I want to have that for myself, man. That'd be fucking funny. Crash out. No, you bitch. Is it a tournament? Single or tournament? Tournament. We're going. Keep going. I really wish he didn't slow down the drifting so much. Like, it feels like I'm playing the game at half speed. Just uninstalled handling mod. Well, that would be boring. I think the first time we played the Monte Carlo mod, I didn't install the handling mod correctly and we had exactly that, where it was basically a winter texture mod. Getting pointed with this car is a pain. But honestly, other cars might be even worse than this. Another corner sticking out, holy shit. That slapped me hard. Oh, did you see that? Oh, the gap filler. That was insane. How does it hold up after 20 years? Actually, I think it holds up better than Underground 2 because it doesn't have any unnecessary things. Right? It's just cars, events, you can quickly swap between cars, you know, you're not limited on money. In Underground 2, on the other hand, you're basically tied to one, at best 2 cars, then you run out of money. And even with 2 cars, you're stretching it. It's really hard to maintain 2 cars in the Underground 2 campaign. And you have to drive to everything. You can't teleport, you can't just start the event if you want to. So in my opinion, Underground 1 aged better than Underground 2. Because it doesn't have these game elements that drag the game into oblivion and beyond, because it takes so long. Yeah, it's a lot more direct experience Underground 1. And it works. Funnily enough, did you know that Underground 1 sold more copies than Underground 2? But people were a lot less interested in Underground 2 over Underground 1. Usually what you hear is that the fans that actually bought Underground 2 like it more than the first one. Like I was under the impression that Underground 2 massively outsold the first one, but that's not the case. You know, another memory that unlocked recently for me is that I remembered that I always thought Underground was like the game for the Fast and the Furious movie. I'm not sure if it was the marketing at the time or it just being so similar, but the memory that came back to me was that I thought that this game belongs to the Fast and the Furious movie. Dude, we're doing a drift race through the city with 2 laps. The thing is, you really don't have enough grip for this. Does Nitro help with the grip? Not in this game. That works in Carbon and Most Wanted. Do you think the massive hate Pro Street got was the reasons the franchise started to decline? Possibly. Because Pro Street did not have good sales. I think EA's knee-jerk reaction to Pro Street was to quickly bring out another Most Wanted, which was undercover. But the problem is it was so quickly made that the game just was garbage. So Pro Street, while generally a good game, has a few fatal flaws. First of all, I think the handling is way too tough for most people, and they made it even more difficult with tuning that doesn't really get explained, which makes a massive difference, and also the input lag. Like, there was no reason whatsoever to put input lag on that game. Especially, you already have difficult handling that it, like, in comparison, handling was super easy for black box games, and then it made it hard in Pro Street and added input lag, and I think that really ruined the experience for a lot of people. Also, it was like next gen console graphics, like it wasn't running well on my PlayStation, I remember. Like on my PC it was unplayable, but on my PlayStation 3 it was bad too. So, although I liked the game, I didn't like the technicals. The game didn't look and run very well on my system. I was a broke gamer at the time. Like, my PC was 5 years old and could barely boot Pro Street, you know what I mean? Gameplay or story? Yes. No, I definitely prefer good gameplay over story. Plenty of games that have no story that are fantastic games that I keep playing. Oh. Shit, let's do it. Drift through the city. So now we can just have a run for fun. Because these rear-wheel drive cars, they can't really be fast from the get-go. It's really hard to drift this. Dude, actually you can reset while you're drifting and then you lose the points. I thought it would let me, it would wait, basically. That's what I was expecting. I mean, these events are for pure fun because the opponents are not getting any points. So I try to get it under control, but it's really hard. It takes so much longer with all the snow. Car's just sliding all over the place. Desperately trying to get some grip. I'm just trying to stay on the road. Oof, that's a tournament, dude. That's a drift tournament. Oh my god, that's gonna take a while. Dunk, some more. Thing is, then suddenly I get my grip again, and I can't finish the period. 360 can't be completed. Best car list. It's actually something that I don't care too much about. How about Need for Speed Porsche? That's a pretty good car list, wouldn't you agree? Has a lot of cars, ranging from 1950 all the way up to 2000. Then which game makes you wanna swap cars around the most? Most Wanted 2012? That definitely gets you to swap cars. You can literally not beat the game unless you change cars. At least not in any timeable, reasonable time manner. What's another game where you want to change cars all the time? High Stakes? High Stakes makes you switch cars. Even Unbound makes you switch cars. The Run? Yeah, The Run, I mean, generally getting, guided through a bunch of cars during a playthrough, I think is a lot of fun. Just because you can't beat the entire game in one car doesn't mean you should. It's cool that you can if you really, really want to, and you want to beat the entire game in a car and you can't do it, that's cool. But I think it's better when you get to choose other cars. Bitch, dude. Nope. That was the nope combo. Everything went wrong. Nice. No way to survive that one. I saw the car from a mile away and I couldn't do anything. This is so fucking scripted, dude. I'm just gonna drive behind another car because then I'm safe. Because the traffic will actually evade the NPC cars and will actively get in your way. Okay, that one's new. Fucking bust, man. Too many of these drifting events, honestly. Considering how slow the drift events are there a bit too many for me in that mode. You can air drift, as you can see. So I really wish I had enough grip to do this drift at some speed. I think it would be a lot more fun. Kinda like it as in Carbon. Bitch. Did he respawn too? Fucking madman. Got the Honda. Okay, let me show you what real drive looks like. I mean, once the car is going, it's fine. Problem really is in the beginning, we get a bunch of wheel spin, but also not too much grip. Really not too much grip. I just noticed that even the preview pictures have the snow. Ooh, can try the RX-7. The RX-7 might actually be a bit more grippy. I gotta say, I don't hate the stock one. What I do hate is when it's not symmetrical. Or I should say, when it tries to be symmetrical, but it's missing the exhaust on the other side. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, that's more wheel spin. Oh, that's even more wheel spin on this one. Oh, that's bad. It's really hard to control rear-wheel drive cars in drag races. Which is still pulling their weight. Oh, bitch. She got me. And I got myself. Too much wheel spin. See, this is problematic. If I have so much wheel spin, I can immediately shift in second gear or something. And that's actually not a bad idea. But even in third gear, we're spinning like crazy. Third gear immediately. Yeah, that works actually. This jump. It's the jump that kills me, dude. Let me try another car. Time for the Golf, because the Golf is better. Thing is, front wheel drive is a lot easier to manage. The Skyline would actually not be a bad choice. Oh, that was close. How did they get through there? The 206 could work. The 206 is actually much better than the Golf in this game. Definitely faster, holy shit. God, this is not fair, dude. Buses, man. Don't pause. Fuck it, dude. I had to reset to save myself. Oh my god. There's something up with this start. The car is so hard to control. had to slow down so much. The funny thing is the guy in front of me knew that there's gonna be a bus. Dude, I'm not sure we're gonna get a Need for Speed next year. Most of you know that Criterion is now working on Battlefield, so I'm not sure they even have enough time to bring out a Need for Speed next year. Probably a little bit easier because lockdowns are not a thing anymore, but still unsure if they have enough time to make one. I would not bet on it. If I was a betting man, I would say 25 for the next Need for Speed. I wouldn't mind being wrong though, but at the same time, can they really make a fantastic Need for Speed in such a short period of time? So I would rather get a Need for Speed in 25 before they rush one for 24. I did get more patient over the years, and I definitely want them to take their fucking time to make a better game. I think that's fair. A remake of some title. Yeah, I mean, that would be the most sensible thing to do to fill the gap. But in my opinion, they should already do it this year. Like, successful franchises bring out a game every year. It doesn't have to be a new game, right? You can alternate between new game and remake. Like Pokemon does it. Ah, these fucking buses, man. Dude, these buses are bullshit. I survived though. What? How did I survive? Don't say it from the ground up. I'm still getting Forza shivers, you know? It can't be good. It can't be good, man. That's a great description though. The game was built from the ground up and then it stayed there. It never left the ground. Dude, one of my first experiences that I had with Forza Motorsport is that I glitched a car and the exhaust just disappeared. And then the effects were also gone, so the effects definitely tied to the exhaust. And since I deleted the exhaust somehow with a body kit, the exhaust, flames and everything was gone. But I totally agree that Need for Speed doesn't feel like it's made by car enthusiasts anymore. To me it felt like the passion is gone, considering like how many silly mistakes end up in the final version of the game. It's been an argument of mine for quite a while, complaining about the lack of passion. And pretty much in all genres, not genres, in all subcategories of a game too. Like I feel like the music was also completely underthought, right? And they weren't really thinking about what could be really good music that people enjoy. I still think they sold the music slots in Unbound to the highest bidder. I think that is why you have so many weird-ass rap songs that ended up in the game. Rather than buying licenses for music, I think they auctioned the slots of the game music. That's my theory. My game theory. Why don't the executive do anything? My best guess is that they manage multiple games and they don't really care if Need for Speed, kind of fails or is only mediocre, like medium sales. They don't really care. But Need for Speed is not a cash cow anymore, so it doesn't get a lot of attention. And it's definitely not getting enough attention from the best people. Think about it like this. There's only a handful of best people in the company, right? So, do you really think EA puts the best people they have on Need for Speed when they have other giant franchises that make them a lot more money? Right? I just don't think that it gets the necessary talent to plan out and work on the games, because it doesn't make enough money for EA. It's a bit of a chicken and egg problem, right? You can't make a good game unless you invest enough money, and you can't invest enough money if you didn't get a good game first. Right, when you dropped the ball, which they did by overworking Black Box, they went into a death spiral. Less success, less money, less investment, worse game, and it just goes down. It just goes down from there. The other thing about football, though, it's a lot more popular, right? You can't rinse repeat a Formula 1 game and FIFA, or now EA Sports FC, because there's way too many fans around the globe, right? They killed Plants vs Zombies. Yeah, but that was never a big seller, right? Like they bought Plants vs Zombies with the plan to make it into a mobile game. I actually remember playing Plants vs Zombies 2 on my phone, and then stopping because I didn't want to spend money. I wonder what that game is like nowadays. You know what's important though? You need to make proper advertising too. Like Unbound, for example, didn't even get advertising. The game wasn't that good, but additionally, it didn't get advertising. Right? Like neither Black Panther or I were given a review key in time. After all this time, you know, I can basically tell you how it went down. Like we asked for a review key and we didn't get one until like 3 hours before the release of the game. It wasn't ready. It wasn't ready to be reviewed, or they didn't want the game to be reviewed, you know, one of the two. So no one could write a review for the game. Same for Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, exactly. Like they don't even go through the work of sending the key for free to the content creators, right? Like I would have played it. I even asked them for a key and they didn't send it to me. And you know, being completely ignored, I refused to play the game on launch, right? Like why should I support them if they clearly don't give a shit? Right? That's a principle of mine, right? You can't say, oh, we don't have any more keys. You can get one next time. Something like that, right? Like some kind of response, but I got ignored. I got ignored with the same people that I talked to last time when we did the Hot Wheels promotion. Right? I don't give a shit if they pay me or not. Obviously, I prefer to get paid for my work, but it's not a necessity. But, you know, being completely ignored is ridiculous. And they did the same for Unbound 2. Like, they didn't even care about, you know, bringing out a playable review version in time. And that is the least amount of work you could do. That doesn't even cost money, right? It literally takes one of the employees of Criterion to send out review keys to the YouTubers and streamers around the world. Dude, this car is so hard to drift. And that's what I mean with, you know, people that have no passion being in charge, right? Like somebody is calling the shots and somebody was like, yeah, we don't need to do advertising for this game. Yeah, we don't need to send out review keys. I mean, they did send out review keys, but they gave it to us 3 hours before the game released. Then I was like, well, I'm just gonna stream it then. Because usually when a game comes out, I try to record something ahead of time. So when I go live, I also have a YouTube video. God, drifting on this one sucks. The janitor could do it. Literally, somebody had to care. You know, I think that's my message here. There was no one to care. There was no one that cared. You know, in the entire pipeline of the Need for Speed dudes, nobody cared enough to send out keys to the reviewers. The only thing I could possibly imagine, they didn't do it because they thought people were gonna shit on the game. And I think you could definitely feel like some kind of a woke agenda in Unbound. Although I don't really like to use that word. I feel like it was definitely mentioned in the meeting before they made the game. Right? I mean, I did play Hot Wheels 2 recently, right? I bought it, I played it, I liked it. But I don't understand why they couldn't just send me a review key. Right? Like I respect their work too, right? So I guess the least they can do is respect my work. The funny thing is like now that the lockdown is over, I see a bunch of people being like pissed off of any kind of woke agendas and like it's too much, it's really annoying and it's counterproductive. And I gotta say, when you go too far, it's definitely counterproductive. You're just gonna create more hate. But, you know, one thing I wanted to say is like the major thing for me is I want good games again. Forza Motorsport, the new one, is just boring. Just like 7, it's like missing everything. It's such a shell of a game, right? It's just like the box that it comes in. There's no disc in there, right? There's just nothing in there. I think that's a pretty good analogy, right? You get this empty shell of a game. Literally. Get that empty box of a game. It looks like a racing game, it plays like a racing game, but the moment you play it, you're like, dude, where's the game? Where's everything? For some people that's enough, but I'm not one of them. I need more from a game. Like, going back to GT7, I didn't really change my opinion much. I think the game is good, but the microtransactions are bullshit. And the economy that supports the microtransactions, right? That's like the big drawback of that game. But genuinely a much better game than Motorsport. Like any day of the week, I would rather play Horizon than Motorsport. I think that is one of the big points, really. I think a lot of new development studios, they don't look at the past. Like they don't try to learn from old games what made them great and what made them sell in the first place. I think too much is really built from the ground up, so to say. They try to invent the wheel anew every time. And I think that's super obvious with the Need for Speed franchise. They take some hints here and there, but they do miss out on a lot of things. You know what, Skyline is so good right now? We're driving on snow, the handling is changed, but the all-wheel drive makes it better. 8 laps, I just realized. He made that event harder. It now has 8 left. Super Woden GP. That one looks alright too. Is it on Instant Gaming? Because it's so easy to buy on there. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming and tell me if the game is available. Link in the description below. Project Cars 3. I honestly didn't hate the game as much as other people did, but that makes sense because the Project Car fans are sim racers. That game has the same problem as Most Wanted 2012. With the name comes expectations. You have the fans of the franchise, the fans of the name, and then they betray you. They didn't give you what you expected. So obviously everyone is mad. EA is WRC. I like it, but I didn't like it was very laggy. It was very laggy. I have a fucking 4080 and I got frame drops because the game was caching files while you're playing it. Okay, he's dead, everyone's dead. Don't go through the middle. I gotta say, this is where the mod goes a little bit too far when it comes to drifting events. I feel like I have too little control over the car. The drifting, in my opinion, is a bit too tedious in this mod. The racing is better. Especially if you're too slow, you don't even make points. Don't make me do this again. Alright, that was close. I had 1,000 points more than him. I would not call that enough. You know what was kind of fun last time? Trying to beat Melissa in a stock car. I could try that again. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure my start is gonna be good enough. But I will try. I'll try to beat Melissa in stock parts again. Wait, oh, Eddie is now getting a tournament. That makes so much more sense. That makes so much more sense than just having a single event against Eddie. Actually doing a tournament. It's funny, it's actually the same event in reverse. You see that? This is where we started. Eddie Drift. Yeah, that's like a side effect that I've seen. A lot, actually. Eddie! Good job, man. What you doing, my guy? GG, Eddie. Okay, let's go back to stock. Imagine you rip out all of the parts for the weight reduction, then you need to put it back in. I bet some of these conversions are not reversible. Alright, we're full stock. Can we beat Melissa with stock parts? Round 2. On the snow. Oh, we have a way better start than her. She actually might be handicapped simply because of the snow. That's a different event though. No, it's not. Oh, okay. The walls are invisible. 7 laps, dude! Was that a good idea? You know, remember what the challenge was? To never ever let her pass. The moment you let her pass, it's kind of over. I say it's kind of cool that the walls are gone, but I really don't think we can let her pass. At the same time, they might have made her more difficult in this mod. So there's a fair chance I can't even beat her. I think it looks so fancy when there's no walls. You really have to like look for yourself. What is there? And what can I do about it? Hey, I got the challenge completed today. That's worth something. Final lap. Yeah, but she's nowhere to be seen. Like she might be rubber banding, but she can't control the car in the snow. Maybe we messed up though. Maybe we hit a car. GG. Oh, actually, it doesn't let me do the rest, does it? That's kind of silly because there's still like other events, right? There's still other events you could do. Guess you can do it in quick race. Maybe? Take the assumption. Oh yeah. Test track. It's not unlocked though. Why is it not unlocked? Okay, you could only access it in the storyline. Imagine that you didn't beat it in the career, so it didn't unlock it. That is a fair point actually, because you need to do 12 laps. For some reason that event is set to 12 laps, so obviously it didn't. You never get to unlock the... Ah, fuck. The thing is when you reload, it actually forgets your controller bindings. Oopsie. Rest well, don't be like me. Don't ruin your sleeping schedule. Sleep tight, definitely come back tomorrow for more, and as always, hot shots. Good night. Thanks for watching.